wrapping some valves here. What I like to do first is get the valves all get the paste on the valves. I've already done a little bit, but a little bit more on. And I've got this tool here that spins, and it's more of a oscillating tool. And basically what it does is it spins it back and forth like that. You don't usually want to keep it in the same position too long. I like to let it turn all the way around just a little bit. But when you're doing it, you can do this by hand too, but I'll just show you. If you do it real slow here, you can see it just kind of goes back and forth, probably about quarter inch or so, maybe half inch. And I'm using the coarse stuff right now. Also, you're not supposed to use the coarse stuff with this, but if you go real slow with it, it's about the same as doing it by hand. So I just make sure I let it spin a couple times every few rotations. You also want to give it kind of an upward pull, not all the way, but just a real, you don't want to push down on it because then it won't spin at all. Just want to give it kind of a slight upward motion. And after that, I usually do this twice with the coarse grit and then once with the fine grit. I usually wipe it all off. Some people reuse it, but I don't like recycling it because you grind off the metal and then you get the metal in the paste, and then it regrinds that back down, which I'm sure is fine, but I don't know. I'm just OCD like that. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera or not, but you can still see some pitting in here. I'll throw up some photos and show you what it looks like. But this is after the first coarse grind. This is the fine, that's the coarse. You can kind of tell because it's a little grittier. And there's quite a few pits on this one. The exhaust valves are pretty pitted on this car. This is going on actually a Scirocco S with a Callaway Stage 2 turbo on it that we're rebuilding for, we're actually partnering with the West Coast Siroccos. And we're doing a ground up restoration on the 81 Scirocco S. And I'm building the engine on it. But it's about what you want it to look like. Oh yeah, I want to wipe out the inside too, where the seats are at. And this is a JH head, by the way. 8 valve, obviously, going on the 1.7 block. I'm going to be rebuilding that block too. Re-ring it, hone it, new bearings, rod bearings, all that fun stuff. And then I usually do another pass on this. And as you can see, I'm letting my hand kind of let it go for a second and grab it and let it go. That gives it a good spin all the way around. It oscillates it and then it spins it and then oscillates it, and that makes a nice even lap on the valve to make it more uniform around the entire circumference of the valve. Just do quite a bit of pitting, but they're pretty shallow, so the fine cut should take care of the rest of that. Get all the coarse grit out of there. You're going to get out as much as you can on that one. And then reverse side on these valve seats, they look pretty similar to this. When I throw up the still photos of these, you'll see that there's kind of a polished part around the top of the circumference, and then there's like a brushed part, and then there's another like kind of polished part. That's exactly how you want it to look.